Yeah, it's back.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus, Two Shots Dominguez, and join me tonight, it's Chris, the stats man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hey. I don't have a stat, but I have it's a stat. Michael
Jordan's
Jordan's NBA debut is closer now to the very first NBA game ever than it is to today.
Wow.
Very first basketball game was played November 1st, 1946. And obviously, Michael Jordan made his debut October 26, 1984.
That is deeply upsetting to me. He loves Michael Jordan. It is the lawn boss, Joey McCroskey. Get that, Joe.
Can he come back? Think he could? Can he still play?
Get some minutes. Come off the bench.
We could have used him. You used him last night.
Closer, maybe. It's been a tough one for your boy Joey over there.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. And he gives us emotional damage each week. It's the professional, the Brunson burner, Adam Bruns. What's going on, man?
Why am I emotionally damaging?
I don't know.
I was to say, you already introduced Chris. What are we
All those naps.
Well, I was doing great, but now I'm sad.
He's sad.
Waveforms look happy though, so that's all I care about.
That's what I forgot to say. How the levels tonight. There we go.
Okay.
And we're off to a great start. Well, we got a great show for you. Joey has lined us up with some really thought-provoking questions. Chris is doing some calisthenics in the view over there.
He's getting personal shout-outs here.
Getting personal shout-outs already. What's up, Stats Guy?
Stats Guys.
Stats Boy?
That's Guy. Man.
He's
got fans.
He's got the fans. He's bringing them in. The Stats Man gives us. So we're going to talk some the Stats Guy. We're going to talk some Hall of Fame locks. We're going to talk some untouchable players. We're going to do a little keep three, cut three. We're going to do some various other debates here. Do a little trivia at the end. Should be a fun show. So Joey really set us up. We took the week off last week. We need a little rest, some minutes, and now we're ready for a full load tonight. That was phrasing there, but let's go ahead. Kick it to you, Joey. What you got for us tonight, my friend?
Now that we're rested up and ready for a full load, let's start. So we're going to start off with Hall of Fame locks. The caveat to the Hall of Fame locks is active players and players not in the top 75 list that came out last year. So kind of the non-obvious choices of who's going to be in the Hall of Fame of active players that are out there right now.
All right. Yeah, because there was when you kind of reduced or took off the top 75 list, a lot of the big names are gone.
Yeah.
I kind of went a couple ways with this. Chris, we'll kind of get your opinion on this too in a second. So I went with a couple of guys who I felt like their current resume locks them in for a Hall of Fame. So when they're done, they will be Hall of Fame players. And then I went with a couple guys that obviously if the careers ended today, they may or may not get in. One in particular wouldn't get in, but I feel like as long as they keep playing and they don't do anything different, no big injuries or nothing like that crazy, they should get in. I had a couple guys like that. Chris, how did you approach this question?
So I looked at it for the top 100 list, and like who can make the top 100 list. Those are obviously Hall of Fame locks. Then from there, it's like, okay, who has potential? Who has a solid resume? And then long shots, it's just people who are looking exciting right now. If everything goes the right way, they're on to a Hall of Fame career. Paul Pierce. Well, not Paul Pierce. Who's a bad example? Like, isn't Kenyon Martin in the Hall of Fame? There's like
that sounds right.
I don't know. But there's a lot of people make the Hall of Fame, and so
this is locks. We're going for locks.
This
All
is
right,
locks.
Joey, give us your.
I wonder how far down I can get you to. Yeah.
Do you want to do like two at a time?
Yeah, let's go two at a time. This is good.
Two at a time. All right. So I'll give my two guarantees. I think right now, Jokic is an absolute guarantee.
Okay.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And Draymond Green, I think, are two for sure.
Those were the first two you went with? Okay.
All right, yeah, this is interesting.
I was just picking off my list. Yeah. Jokic, sure, back-to-back MVP, potentially going to get a third one, best at his position, to do with the way he does. And Draymond Green, Defensive Player of the Year, and the 4 championships. That's a no-brainer.
All right, so I will say those two guys are both on my list. So yes, I have Draymond in there, and then I had Jokic as still on the outside right now. I believe he will get in, but I think on Basketball Reference's percentage is like at 40% or something like that. But I agree with you. I think he will be a lock at when his career is all said and done.
Something horrible happened to Jokic, well, he would definitely get in then.
I think he's in no matter what. I think
he's
a lock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, after he gets his third, back-to-back MVP this season, I think
he goes 3 in a row.
It's 3 in a row.
Even more so.
All right, Chris, give us two guys if you got them, or two guys different. Maybe,
Luka was not mentioned.
Yep.
And,
on my list too.
And then Rudy Gobert.
Oh, all right. Interesting.
His resume is insane.
I had Luka and Rudy as well. That's
right, with 3 Defensive Player of the Years. Obviously, Ben Wallace just got in, and he felt like a sure thing. If he's getting in, Rudy Gobert is getting in, even if he doesn't win a championship. I think the resume right now is just enough, even though he's having a god awful season right now for Minnesota. But yeah, Rudy Gobert is a lock.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. Gobert's a lock. I did not have him on my list because there's part of me that he's very hated around the league. Maybe it takes him a while to get in. Maybe there's some doubt. I mean, I know his resume speaks for itself. He should get in. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. But I was curious. I don't know about lock. I did have Luka though. I mean, I don't think that if something happened and today he's done. I don't think he gets in. But I believe he is well on his way to a Hall of Fame career, and he will be a no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer when he's done. So, Joey, you had both those guys on your list too?
I did. So I've got 4 off my list already.
All right, nice. So pretty good list. I mean, obviously Gobert came up on my thought, but I just left them off mine. I'll give you guys. So that's 3 of my 5. I'll give you the other 2 guys off my list, and then we'll go back to Chris to see if he's got any others. We'll get Joey's last guy. So I have Russell Westbrook and I have Klay Thompson.
Russell's on the top 75.
Oh, is he on top 75? Why did I think he wasn't on
there? He's number 68.
All right. Well, then I
need the Price is Right sound, the losing.
The Giannis era all over again. Why did I
It's a list. You pick it up, you Google it, it shows you the name.
I know. I looked at it too, and I
have it in order too.
It's alphabetical, right?
No, it's like
they have one.
I think it's just ESPN. I have an ESPN.
ESPN has the in order. All right, then.
Bill. Yeah.
Ooh, so I had a couple of spares. So, all right, well, hold on. Let me talk about Klay Thompson then real quick. So I think all those guys from the Warriors are getting in. Oh, well, I mean, Steph, Dre, and Klay are all getting in.
So Klay Thompson is on your...
Yes, I think Klay Thompson is going to get in. I think they'll kind of either all go in together or like they'll all be there with each other when they go in eventually. But I think he's going to get in. I don't like him specifically. I don't know if he's got like the full resume besides the championships, but I think those 3 guys are kind of synonymous with each other. They will all get in. He's the third of the 3. I think Steph's a no doubt lock. Dre's a no doubt lock. Clay's the only guy that might get it, might not, but I don't think they're going to keep him back. So
I had Clay on my honorable mentions or first out.
I had 5 locks and Clay was my last one.
Here's your last one. Okay.
Did
you have any else that wasn't listed?
You're doing 10
so far. I did 5 locks.
Oh, sorry. I have a little different. Then I have like 4, like kind of.
Oh, you're.
But I'll say they're locks.
I got you.
But they're potential like top 100 guys.
All right, well, give us those guys.
I took a different way on this. Jason Tatum.
Yes, he was on my.
I had Tatum on my list
and,
as well.
I don't know which one to say. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Butler.
I had Jimmy Butler too. Chris, we got the same list going, man.
He was on my babies.
Not much to say. I don't. Jimmy Butler's had a hell of a career. Michael Jordan's forgotten son has just made his way through 4 different teams, and he's still Miami is still good. They just beat Boston the other day, making Boston look like maybe Miami can win make it to the finals this year again. So
did you have Jimmy?
Tatum is doing Tatum things. So yeah.
Did you have Jimmy, Titus?
So my other potential, since I've messed up the Westbrook thing, the other guys I had on there were Kyle Lowry, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and Jimmy Butler.
I also had Lowry on there as well.
Yeah, I think he'd be the guy I would slide in over Westbrook then instead in my 5 locks. I think he's a lock for sure.
I can just list out a couple of my other guys then. Zion Williamson.
Yes.
And Paul George.
Yeah, it's Paul George is on my list too.
You said Paul George, I think. Yeah.
But Zion, he was a case like Luka for me, where I was like, as long as this guy doesn't have any other catastrophic injuries, he's going to be fine. With him though, I was too. I think he's too much of a question mark for me to lock him in. Where like Luka, I feel like he's a pretty durable guy, and I think he's going to be around. I think in a few years, his case will be locked up anyway. So, but. Any other thoughts on the Hall of Fame locks?
Yeah, I've got 3 more.
Go for it.
All right, so you guys had Lowry, Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think Kyrie is a lock. Andre Iguodala.
Oh, that's a good one.
I added him as we were talking. I completely forgot about that. He's definitely
Iguodala is in.
He's in.
And then my kind of wild card, Donovan Mitchell. I think there's a chance that Mitchell gets in. I feel like the Cleveland thing is going to work out for him.
Yeah, me too.
Like the way that they're shaping up, it seems like there's probably at least one championship in there, and I think if they get one, he's going to be a pretty big deal on it. And I think he probably gets some cred for that.
He's probably the 10th. I have Karl Anthony Towns, Mobley as like maybe guys. Yeah, he's probably the last. He's probably the other guy to mention. Yeah.
I
mean, he was a maybe for me too, but I think you're right, Joey. This Cleveland runs should be good. I think even if he doesn't make the finals or win a championship, let's say a couple Eastern Conference Finals trips, you know what I mean. That should seal his kind of legacy, and he should have the numbers. But when it's all said and done, scoring wise at least. So.
And then I had 3 honorable mentions, like first out. So Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Sadly, Kevin Love.
Okay.
I think he's in.
I think
he's not even like a lock.
I think maybe he's like borderline, right? He's not quite a lock, but he's probably in. And then I think Devin Booker, I think, is maybe in the similar boat as Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. Like I typed his name and then deleted it.
If they get one championship,
they won't. But yeah, that's a great thought.
But like they're in the same boat there together, floating around. But our full guarantees, so it was Luka, Jokic, Draymond, and Tatum were the 4 that we all had on our list. Guaranteed.
And Clay.
Yeah. And Clay. I think Clay was.
Oh, I didn't have Clay. I had Clay. I had Clay on my first out.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
But I think Kyrie is more of a lock than Clay.
Yeah, I think Kyrie is too.
And
He was another guy that I think I debated is the extracurricular stuff going to get to him? Is he going to have these weird? I mean, he has obviously player support and that kind of stuff, but he's going to do something weird that keeps him out. So, Well, you guys want to move into the untouchable players?
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. So this is we'll go ahead and set it up, Joey. It's 5 untouchable players, but what is your kind of thought on this? Here?
Yeah. So untouchable. With the trade deadline swirling around, there's who are the top 5, and I don't necessarily think it's the best players in the league because I think there's maybe one. I think we talked about would be somebody fantastic, but you would still probably move. So I was thinking more like no matter what happens, this is somebody, as a general manager, you are not trading for anything, right? Not for the Rudy Gobert package, not for the rumor mill Damian Lillard to the Bulls package, all that fun stuff. Like, you're not touching these guys no matter what anybody throws at you. They are locked into your team until they decide they're no longer playing basketball.
Yes, I agree. This is how we should look at it. I had those. So I came up with 5 players that I feel fall on that list. I do want to mention. So I think these are 2 guys that I think would be on that list, a quote unquote untouchable, but because of situation are touchable. I wanted to kind of start up front and see if you guys agree. So the one we talked about pre-show was LeBron, and I think that's right. Like where he's
touchable.
Are touchable. They are touchable. And then the other guy I have is Durant. I'm kind of curious. Did Durant make it on the end of your list as untouchable?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Okay. No. Okay. That's kind of what I felt like he
touchable.
Yeah, I felt like he is a untouchable player who is touchable in the sense of like because of all some of the drama he's asking for trade requests that you would.
I thought about it because he didn't get traded even with all the trade requests.
Good way to look at it.
It was like there was a deal,
There was ample opportunity to make it happen, and they didn't.
And for good reason. Look how the Nets
view him as untouchable. Yeah, that's fair.
That's why it's like, wait, no, this guy. That's why I thought like how Durant's been performing this year, and how the offseason went. It's like this guy's untouchable. This is insane. He's one of the top 5 best players in the league. You can't trade this guy.
All right, Chris.
I kind of thought from like a longevity standpoint, like if somebody was willing to give you the world for Durant.
Oh,
like you have a solid 3 or 4 year window if you have Kevin Durant on your team right now.
True.
He's not like LeBron.
I thought maybe I could be swayed to think Durant could be stolen away from the Nets.
I like it.
I don't know about that, but I can just list out my other 4 if you want.
Go for it, Chris.
I think mine are pretty. Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and Curry.
Okay. That was
maybe
No, so Curry was the other guy I left off. And now I'm kind of blanking on why I left him off. I think maybe because he was obvious, but I'm kind of curious. Joey, did you have Curry on your list?
I do have Curry on my list, yes.
Okay. How about the other guys? Do you have those other guys?
I have Luka, Steph, Jokic, Embiid.
Ooh, okay.
And my sneaky one that I threw in there, and looking back, Giannis seems maybe.
Yeah.
But
who would leave out Giannis? Are you kidding me? Wow, what an idiot!
Well, I didn't call it the Giannis era, so I put Paolo Banchero on.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Oh,
okay,
awesome. And
that's a good one.
I kind of tried to mix it up because I was like, Steph's up there, Embiid's like not up there, but I mean they're kind of like veterans on their squads. And I was like, who is somebody not quite there yet, but you're like, I'm not trading this guy no matter what you throw at me for the very near future. And I think Paolo is somebody the Magic aren't going to be like, yeah, you can give me 10 first-round picks. They're probably going to say, no, we're keeping Paolo for the long run.
Yeah.
So
they walloped the Celtics in Jonathan Isaac's first game back.
They did.
So it's like, yeah.
So that was my curveball in there.
I like that one. So I think the only 2 that I had that I don't think you guys have mentioned yet. Well, I know that you didn't mention one. Nobody mentioned Tatum though, right?
Nobody mentioned Tatum.
No.
Okay. Tatum was on my list as untouchable. And the other guy I had, this is one that might be kind of controversial. I have Ja.
No.
I would not touch him. And this is a specific
I would
to
touch
Memphis.
him in every way you can.
Because I feel like he is such the face of Memphis that Memphis is never going to trade him.
But you didn't put Steph on your list?
So I think I took Steph off for the sake of conversation.
I mean, if you're talking about face of a franchise, there is no better example than Steph Curry.
Well, you know what? This is what I thought of, though. This is what I thought of. I thought of, could you see a situation where, I guess right now, currently, Steph is not touchable, right? He's untouchable. But I'm like, could you see a situation in a couple of years? The team's been broken up. They're clearly not going to win. That Golden State goes, all right, go ahead, let's move him to a contender so he has a chance at one more ring, and we'll do him a favor kind of thing. I could see that happening, but that's not necessarily the question right now. So I think that's maybe why I left them off.
I also get the vibe in that scenario that Steph wouldn't do that. I think when that time comes, I think Steph says, I'm good. I'm out.
Good to just walk away.
Yeah, I think he tosses it up and says, deuces, I'm out of here. Yeah.
All right. But I mean, I guess that's true. I was thinking maybe like, all right, let's say next year Dre leaves or something, and Clay's gone.
I think if Dre leaves, he stays an extra like 10 years.
He's like, all right, good. I can
Finally
do what I want. I guess that's true. I probably should have had him on there over Ja, but I thought Ja would be a little more interesting because I kind of felt like he is a bit untouchable in that sense. I think he's a really great player, and I don't know. I was kind of curious about that.
My other name that I had. Oh, sorry, Joe. You can go.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So you have Tatum, Ja, Luka,
Giannis, Jokic.
Dude, you're tough with these lists, man. You don't work on your list game.
What? Wait, hold on. Who's on that list you would touch?
Just Tatum and Ja.
Okay,
like,
well, why Tatum though? Hold on.
So, like, would you trade Tatum for Durant straight up right now?
No.
Like, who says no?
Boston.
Really?
I think Tatum is 26.
Yeah, but
Tatum is 26. They went to the finals last year.
I think Durant's a lot better than Tatum, and I think Tatum beat Durant, but obviously Tatum had a lot more help.
Durant's the better player, but if you're telling me right now, if I had Tatum on my team and you're like, "Oh, we'll trade you straight up for Durant," I go, "No, it's fine. We're going to beat you anyway." Seriously, I'm kind of curious about this. How old is Durant? He's 34, 35?
He's 30. I want to say he's 32.
32?
When I think about it, for Durant, I hate having dead stuff. So just because, he's 34. So you're right. He's got 8 years.
Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy to me. I mean, all right, if you were telling me like Tatum for Luka or something, I'd be like, all right, fine. But Luka's not going to get it.
See,
okay, yeah.
See, in that scenario, that would be the one where I would be like, yeah, no, you wouldn't do Tatum for Luka. Like that's like too similar of a deal.
I guess so.
Well, I guess like Scotty Barnes wasn't going to get traded for Durant, right? Toronto was reportedly saying no to that. So like obviously Tatum would be a no too. So maybe Tatum is better to have on this instead of Durant.
I just thought Durant is more of an age thing to me. I really, because I'm like, he's getting up there. I think it's you could see it going. All right, let's get some picks.
I think I was more focused on like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
But, like I think you're right with Tatum.
I could be swayed on Tatum.
You can't be.
I'm not quite.
No.
Like, what has Ja done other than throw down some monster dunks and have?
You won't do the dunk contest, guys. Like.
Nobody does the dunk contest. I think right now he's the face of the franchise. I don't think he's going anywhere for the foreseeable future. Now, I could be. You could tell me in 5 years that he's washed up and.
Now, would Memphis trade Curry for Ja? Who says no? Curry for Ja straight up.
Ooh,
like imagine if Memphis had
no.
Curry. Curry and Desmond Bain. Golden State says no, right?
Yeah, Golden State says no.
They don't need. They don't need Draymond and Ja hanging out together.
Like Memphis with Curry on that team, with what they got there.
Yeah, they would win the title.
Yeah.
All right, I can be swayed on Ja that he's maybe a little bit touchable, but I just don't know. I don't know what Memphis would do. That was more of a situation, I think, too.
I'm shocked you guys didn't have any comebacks on Embiid. I was nervous on.
I said no Embiid.
Embiid
for Durant straight up.
Yes.
Who says no? Sorry, I keep asking this question like
it's a good point.
Because I don't think the Nets say yes to that trade.
I think it's a mutual no.
I mean, I guess the Sixers don't say yes. The Sixers should say yes.
I think it's a mutual no, yeah.
But like if I was running a team and I had Embiid or I could get Durant, I would take Durant.
Oh, to be honest, the Sixers have been making some questionable decisions lately.
For me,
a lot of just real.
For me, I think Philly wouldn't have the confidence in themselves to actually let that happen,
right?
Because that would be them admitting that everything that they didn't work.
They already traded Ben Simmons to them,
and they
Could you imagine then if they traded Embiid for Durant?
They will do everything in their power to never let him go, because that would be admitting that their whole process was a failure.
Yeah.
But I also I was gonna say Durant. What's his name? Embiid is, injury prone, but so is Durant. So it's like
Durant's good for 4 weeks every season.
I know no game talk, but right now they're playing each other. Embiid's playing and Durant's not. Yes. And Embiid, they're winning.
No game talk.
But it is a fact. He's stating facts.
It's almost over though. It's got to be close.
They're up before. Oh, let's go. Let's move on.
All right, interesting.
I agree. But Durant and Embiid was my number 6. That's why I was like Embiid, Durant. But anyways, so it looks like Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Curry, and Tatum, and then Durant and Embiid are like first guys.
Durant, Embiid, and Ja.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say Zion too. I didn't mention Zion. I wanted to mention Zion.
No, I think
he's like a mini Shaq, dude. It's crazy.
I feel like that's gonna at some point in time that has to run its course. Like it's gonna be like Markelle Fultz. Like, are you gonna wait like 3 years, right? 4 years? Is he gonna get healthy? Can he do it? And eventually someone's gonna grow tired
I have
of
a
it.
better example than Markelle Fultz. I know what you mean,
but like
like
someone's gonna grow tired of the injuries on and off, and someone's gonna be willing to say, we'll take the chance on it and see what happens. And
he's like a young Kawhi.
I was just thinking Kawhi.
Yeah, that's much better.
Could he get hurt one year and then kind of get frustrated with the organization? They get frustrated with him and then they ship him out. Yeah, I can see that. Interesting. All right, let's move on to keep 3, cut 3. Joey, go ahead and set this up, my friend.
Oh,
yeah. So in my thought-provoking question creation, kind of went through, top 10 locks and then the untouchable. So this all started because I theorized like for last week, if we did the pod, right, is there a changing of the guards in the league where the big man is valued more than the, crafty, nimble guard, which was kind of the prototypical basketball player for a few seasons, right? Everybody was trying to mold themselves around Steph, and now Jokic and Giannis and Embiid have kind of came in the mix here. So all that being said, though, I was thinking like, I don't know if we could do this with big men, the big guys. I think that'd be pretty easy for us to do, like Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, like those would be your keeps probably no matter what. So I went down to the guards and came up with 6 guards. We're going to keep 3. We're going to cut 3. The 6 guards are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, LaMelo Ball, Darius Garland, and Trae Young. So kind of a good mix. Some a little more veteran than others, but all relatively young and kind of, I think, comparable in their skill sets. There's no one I think that's miles better than the other. So you got to keep 3, you got to cut 3.
All right, you want me to go first?
You do it.
I'll go first on this one. All right. My keeps. I'll start with my keeps. My first keep, it was the easy one, was Shai for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's a keep. As much as I wanted to cut him, I could not justify it. So Trae Young is also my keep. And then the third one is the one I had the biggest problem with. I felt like all the other guys, there was a plus and a negative to each of them. I like kind of all of them equally, but I ended up going with Halliburton for my third keep, and then cut Fox, Ball, and Garland. No particular order there. Garland, I think, was the closest to being a keep over Halliburton, but I just decided to go with Halliburton because I like him. A lot of assists this year, so.
I agree. So Tyrese Halliburton, like watching that Bulls game yesterday, when the Bulls were up by a lot, I'm like, oh yeah, Halliburton's not playing. Pacers are nothing without Halliburton.
But they were something.
And then
they are who we thought they were.
I think they've lost. I don't have the stat. I think it was like 3 of 9 in the last 12 when Halliburton doesn't play. I'm making that up, but they're so much better with him, and he's going to be there for the next 10 years. And then he's the cornerstone for Indiana, so he's the perfect one. Trae Young. I'm glad you had Trae Young,
yes,
Titus. I looked at his offensive rating on off. It's a 4-point difference, which was the highest among the 6 guards on this list with their on-off percentages of offensive ratings. Trae Young's just offensively, he's still super effective compared to LaMelo, Fox, and Garland and Shai. Really, I mean, he's being Shai right now in Game Talk. I had LaMelo instead of Shai.
Okay. Really?
Ooh.
I looked at the on-off. So I just looked at on-off numbers, and I just have stats here. And it's kind of wonky because the effective field goal percentage with LaMelo on the court is 4% higher, 5% higher compared to off, while with Shai it's 0.5 or 1.5% higher. So it looks like LaMelo is more efficient. He is obviously a better playmaker.
Yeah.
He shoots better than Shai. So that's where I was at with that. Shai's obviously the more seasoned player right now. But that was my only hiccup. So I don't know, Joey, what do you have?
Okay.
What's your 3?
Are those stats career based, or is that like this season?
This season.
So LaMelo, small sample size though, right?
Yeah, 751 minutes.
Yeah,
he is the smallest size of them all.
Yeah. So I I kept Shea, Halliburton, and De'Aaron Fox.
Ooh, no Trey.
Wait,
I
Shea,
didn't.
You said Trae Young too?
No, I left.
Okay.
Trey is on my cut side. I didn't look in the stats, so I made my own question and then did it purely based on the eye test and feeling.
Okay, here we go. This might be actually
that's good.
Perfect.
It's good because you guys did the deep thought, and I did the gut.
I just
thing.
looked at like points per game and assists.
So Trey for me was like, I still get this vibe like watching when the Bulls played on when they played them on Monday. Like his body language from like 2 seasons ago in Madison Square Garden, right? The whole flash, like, that dude looks kind of miserable. I don't think he actually enjoys the fact that that team is not like solely his team anymore. And I think it is absolutely eating him alive. Like he didn't look the part, right? He was much more like whiny and complaining, and like it just seems different. And I feel like that drama around him with like the whole coach thing, like I feel like there's something there. And I said this before, and I still am kind of standing by it. Like I feel like he's a guy who thinks he's significantly better than he is, and he's going to want the world, and it's not going to come someday. Shea, Halliburton, and De'Aaron Fox all seem like the exact opposite of that. De'Aaron Fox, I think, had a little bit of a hissy fit there, but now they're winning, so everything's fine in Sacramento. But yeah, that's my big hang up on Trey, and that's probably more of a personal thing, but that was my hang up. LaMelo, like I think he's a playmaker first, and I think in today's league you have to be a playmaker and a scorer, and the other three I think can do both of those things. And then Garland just seems kind of like in this group of 6, he seemed kind of like blah to me,
like mid, right? Like he's
like he's not bad, like
but he's not like
you'd be happy to have him on your team, but when you put him in this stack, it's
you can argue he's the 4th best player on Cleveland.
It's a good way to put it.
On Cleveland, yeah,
that's why he's not. I think he's like the second or first.
But you could argue it, yeah. And that should.
I thought Shea was the absolute keep out of all of them.
Yeah, me
too. For me, I think that's just a good story of
my number one was Halliburton for sure.
Yeah. He was my number 2. I just thought Shea was just a build from the ground up, and it's finally like clicking, and everything is where it needs to be.
I just want to see Shea play a meaningful game. Like he doesn't shoot. The guy shoots like 1 3-pointer. He shoots, I think it's like 28% from 3.
He's a mid-range guy.
It's kind of worrisome for me because obviously the court gets tighter in the postseason. So
look at DeMar.
Interesting to see him actually.
No, I mean
DeMar. He is the only example.
Mid-range.
He's the only example. Fox, I love De'Aaron Fox. He has a plus on off court this year is a -2.5 offensive rating with him off the court. So they're better offensively with him off the court, offensive rating wise. And their assists, they get 10 more assists per 100 possessions with him off the court, percentage wise with him off the court, because it's just Sabonis. It's Domantas Sabonis' team. He's the best player on this team.
Isn't that wild? Like completely off this topic, but isn't it wild that Domantas Sabonis is the best player? Like we all kind of laughed at that trade. I remember doing the trade podcast last year, and like that being like our leading one, where I was writing them all down as it was happening. And
like Sabonis,
that was like, that's your prize. Like that's.
I want to listen back on that. I hope I wasn't
like that's the big one. Like we were all like, you traded Halliburton.
Yeah,
like how
I was
so crazy.
I think I was mad. At that too.
We were all mad. Everybody was like, "You traded Halliburton for Sabonis, and like that was a win for you. Like, how is that real?" And it
now they're the 3rd seed in the.
It was real, and it worked. It's
Halliburton's not doing too bad in Indiana.
No, he's not. But but that was the piece. Like they didn't need Halliburton. They needed.
Yeah. It was the ultimate win-win trade. You don't
see
any of those.
It was.
Just I would have never thought that one of our players off of our all-you-can-have-him team was going to make.
Sabonis was not on the all-you-can-have-him list.
I think he was.
I think he made it on the bench or something.
I think he made it on the bench. Either that or he was. I think he made it out.
He's close.
He's a bench guy.
He's a bench guy. All right, fair enough.
He's in the conversation. I'm with you, Joey, though, about Trey. I really wanted to keep him off, but just the stats. I mean, I couldn't like justify it, other than it would just been a personal pick. So I'm glad you went and you made that argument, because I kind of agree with you in that sense. But when I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if I can go there and make this point again. Trae Young sucks.
In that game on Monday, I almost texted the group and said, Titus, I can't believe you have this guy's jersey. But I was getting a little nervous. They were making a comeback, and I was like, I'm gonna run my mouth, and they're gonna shove it in my face. And last
it was
night,
a bet. I lost a bet.
I didn't run. I know, but whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't run my mouth, and they still got their shit pushed to whatever.
De'Aaron Fox is on the all you can have him list.
Nice.
Domantas Sabonis was on the bench. Oh wow.
Well,
should we mix in a little question between this and our next topic?
This season, which player
Freak Friday with?
Was your Freak Friday?
Freak Friday.
Freaky
no,
Friday.
No, it's Freak Friday.
Freak Friday. Who would you Freak Friday with? I got mine. I saw this question.
Stats guy, this is your fan. So why don't you go? You go first.
Well, Titus, you've been thinking about it. What's your
awesome? Ja. I'm Freaky Friday with Ja, dude. I want those dreads. It's just I want
Ja right now, man.
I love Ja so much, you guys. I know you guys hate him. It's fine. I don't care. I love him. I love that he's cocky.
I love Ja. Murray State. Like he was fun. But I mean, you either love or hate the Grizzlies right now, right?
I think so. Yeah, they're kind of like the villains of the league. And I don't know why, because like with Trae Young, I don't know why it bothers me like when he does it, but for some reason when Ja does it, I'm like, you know what, man, I really don't care.
Because Trae's not that good.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he's good, but like Ja backs it up.
Yeah, Ja does back it up.
And he backs it up in a different way. Like if Trae runs his mouth and has a good game, it's like, hey, I hit 7 floaters in the paint. Like Ja is like, I talk shit and then I
dunk on your head.
Then I drag my nuts over your forehead while I dunk on you. Like it's a different feel. Like
that's my Freaky Friday. Who you guys got? Freak Friday.
Vooch.
Vooch.
No, that is the last person I think I might ever want to Freaky Friday with. That dude seems like he probably has the most boring like personal life outside of basketball, right? Like
could be laid back and chill.
But like I can already do that.
Right,
like if I'm gonna Freaky Friday, I'm gonna go with somebody that I can't do.
You want to be like doing shots off a stripper with Harden.
I think the obvious answer is Luka.
Well, I was just about to say Luka.
Okay, sorry. I don't want.
No, that's good. That's good.
I think that's a great pick.
That's the pick.
The other, the dude strolling up to games in like 6x6 Jeeps and old cars, wearing cowboy boots, hanging out with Dude Perfect. The dude's living the life right now.
Another pick I wouldn't mind is Kevin Huerter. I was trying to find someone on the Kings. I thought about Sabonis, but Kevin Huerter, to have his life right now, lighting the beam in Sacramento. The guy's getting, I think he's K Dizzle. His nickname.
That's
when he's posting great lines, and he's just living the white guy's NBA dream right now. So, what's a Freaky Friday with him?
I'm not gonna lie, it would be pretty. The quiet ones. It would be kind of cool.
A fan of the stats boy, then.
It definitely would be kind of cool to be like just like that low key white guy on the bench of an NBA team. The fans love you, and you just come in and just get minutes, and then but there's no real pressure. It'd be fun.
Basically,
I can see that.
Brian
like Aaron Gray.
Yeah, the Scalabrine, Aaron Gray. Like just like you're traveling the world, you're hanging out with all these cool guys.
Omer Sheik.
Yeah, it's just like
Omer had a moment though, man. We had hopes for Omer after the playoffs.
Who picked? Was it Houston that they sent some picks our way for him? Didn't they eventually? Or no, we lost. I think he was like a restricted free agent or some stupid thing. God, what dark days! Aaron Gray and Omer Sheik. Painful.
All right.
The Bulls have had a lot of white centers.
Luke
Longley, Bill Wennington.
Whew. There you go. Will Purdue. All right. Well, let's move on to our fourth question of the night. Which team would be the best without their best player? This was kind of interesting. So I think it's pretty straightforward, Joey. You think nothing real there to set up?
Take away the team's best player, which I guess is probably the subjective piece in this question, is
that's actually
determining the team's best player. But if you took them out of the mix, which team doesn't have a drop off? Who stays the best without that player?
I felt like this was obvious. I want
thought
you guys to answer first.
I think it became kind of obvious as some of the injuries kind of came into play here, and more I thought about it. But
I might have gone a different way than you guys.
I think, Tyson, I think you definitely went a different way. Considering
I went a
you
very
go first.
different way.
You go first, Ed. Okay.
So I kind of went a little wild here. All right, I said the Chicago Bulls.
Good God! Wait, you said they'd be the okay.
No, I said they would have the least drop off because one, I was like, all right, who is their actual best player? Is it DeMar or is it Zach? And then I'm like, if you get rid of one of them, I kind of could argue the team might be better if you just had that one focal point.
I could
like there would be zero drop off. They'd still be a 9 seed. I don't think there'd be any issue. And
Weren't we talking about trading DeMar like 2 weeks ago?
We were.
Yes.
And I still stand by it.
In theory, if you were like it wasn't the question like if you traded them for pieces. It was just like if they lost their best player. So I didn't like go in that route. But I did think like, but if you traded them for a piece and you got some shooting around either one of those guys, I'm like, I think they would be okay. I don't think there'd be any real drop off to lose either DeMar or Zach, even though I think it would be DeMar. I think that's who it would be.
Yeah, I think it'd be DeMar too.
I think it'd be DeMar.
So I'm fine with
DeMar.
But I think it went a different way. Where did you guys go? You seemed like there was an obvious choice there.
Yeah, I went with I kind of picked better teams.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
I understand your point though. I guess it's not like it's the same concept, but because it's not like any of these teams are improving. You're arguing that the Bulls are probably improving with one of those guys off the team.
Possibly. Like I don't know if it would be bad.
So you're kind of saying that there's less sharing to go around, and both of these guys thrive in being the dominant player on the team.
I just don't think anything changes. I think absolutely nothing changes.
Yeah. So I put down 3. I'll go with my favorite one first. Miami Heat was my first one.
Oh, no, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Jimmy Butler going down. I think there is zero drop off to that team with Bam, Hero, Lowry, the way that they can kind of rally around it. Max Strus, which, I mean, it kind of happened this year. I guess they were kind of crummy for a while when he was down this year. But, so that was my favorite one. Chris, I'll let you go before I say that so I don't steal them.
I thought this was it's the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh no! I'll write that one down. That's so good.
It happened last year. We're not even a full season removed from let's trade John Morant when Grizzlies went on that crazy run of they 21-4 in 25 games. I'm making that up, but they're good without him still this year. Like this, they have no drop off. Desmond Bane is an insane sniper from 3-point range. The guy's gonna have the highest 3-point percentage of the league probably this year. Jaren like Jr. Dylan Brooks is getting after it. He's looking like a defensive monster.
You don't want that smoke.
But yeah,
smoke.
He knows that people don't like to go left, I guess, even though they do like to go left sometimes, but whatever. Tyus Jones, Brandon Clark, I'm just naming guys now. But yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies are the team to me.
Ah, man, you're right.
That's a good one. All right, I'll counter your Grizzlies then with the Warriors, with Steph going down.
Yeah, I thought about that as well, but I don't know.
Slide in Jordan Poole for Steph.
They're good for Jordan Poole has his moments, but he can't do it game in, game out.
Yeah.
He'll get 30, and then he'll get 17.
Fair.
Good point. 32, then he'll get 15.
My other one was take Durant off the Nets, which we're seeing right now, and there hasn't been much.
Yeah, there's that much. I think so. I think where I ended up with those teams, I think a lot of those teams crossed my mind. Steph didn't cross my mind, and Memphis didn't cross my mind either, but Durant for sure did. But I think those teams are championship teams, and if you take those players, they're not championship teams. I think they're still really good teams, and I don't think there's much drop off. But they're not winning the title. I think that's maybe where I drew the
Memphis
line.
Isn't winning the title without Ja though too.
You're right, but yes.
All these scenarios, no one's winning a title without these guys because you need them. But
you need your best player to win the title. Box Out Boys exclusive.
Box Out Boys. The hard hitting news here. NBA first.
You're home for lukewarm takes.
You lose Luka.
You lose Luka. You're in trouble here.
That's tough.
It's tough.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. It's a tough one. You might struggle a little bit.
That's amazing.
All right, give us some dunk trivia, Joey. This is our last topic tonight.
Dunk trivia. So it's almost dunk contest season. I decided that it's something I cared about for some reason, and I don't know why. I remember why. Because what's that guy's name? McClung is doing the dunk contest.
McClung.
Yeah,
he's
Mac
on the Bulls for a
McClung
minute,
is doing the dunk contest. Yeah, he was on the Bulls for a hot minute. He's a white guy. Yeah, he's a G League guy, white guy. And
G League guy,
Texas
white guy.
Tech.
I'm all for it. So
blue guy, sneaky athletic.
Sneaky athletic for sure. Yeah.
I don't think they've said yet who the last person is going to be.
They haven't given the fourth.
Well, nobody's
probably holding out for Ja.
Yet, holding out for Ja. That got me thinking. So dunkers around the league, I picked 5. I think they're top 5. I don't really have the criteria of why they're top 5. I just do. The one thing I will tell you in this, so I'm gonna give you guys some stats here, and then we're.
So this is This is your top 5 dunkers in the league currently.
No.
Oh.
No. The one thing I will tell you is that they have all participated in a dunk contest.
Okay? Oh, okay.
These are all players who have contest.
I'm so confused.
Yeah,
what are you saying? These are top 5 dunkers? Because obviously Ja's a top 5 guy, but he's never been.
No, he's not a top 5 dunker. He's not a top 5 dunker. He has not competed in a dunk contest. He's not a top 5 dunker.
Okay,
so this is top 5 dunkers.
That's the criteria.
If you are a top dunker, you go to the dunk contest. Okay,
that's not true. I mean, LeBron never went. He's not a top dunker.
I don't think he's a top dunker. He's a top, maybe like in-game dunker. Like, would you consider? Like, I'm thinking dunks. I'm thinking like. I'm putting the whole package around it, right? I'm not just talking. Yeah, we're talking 360
Anderson. We're talking about
well,
Cole Anthony.
I will tell you off the bat, those two players are not on the list.
Okay?
Fair enough.
Okay.
But hold on, this is active players. This is not all time.
This is all time.
Oh, it's all time.
Are we supposed to like name the players? Because I have one right away.
He's gonna give us stats. Yeah.
I'll give you stats.
Oh, yeah, excellent.
If you want to ruin the game and just throw it out there,
it's current stats for this season.
Allen Iverson.
Wrong. All right. No, they're dunk stats.
Okay, dunk stats.
They're purely dunk based.
So are you giving us positions here? Is this number 5? Is this number 1? What are you doing?
This is just
too much.
Right. This is just wild. You guys are it's gonna be fine. You guys are.
I'm a little confused on what's going on. It's all right.
What do you mean? I'm gonna give you some dunk stats that apply to these dunkers who competed in a dunk contest,
and we're gonna guess them.
And you're gonna guess them.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. This guy is a 3-time dunk contest champion. Participated in the dunk contest 4 times.
Whow. Dominique Wilkins?
Aaron Gray.
False.
Or sorry, Aaron Gordon.
Wrong.
What?
3-time dunk champion.
Yes. This person in their career dunked 26 times in the regular or in their actual gameplay. 26 dunks. That equated to 0.5% of their total field goal attempts.
Nate Robinson.
That is correct. Well done, Titus. Nate Robinson. Next stat was he played for 8 teams, and the final giveaway was he was a point guard. He was 5'9".
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nate Robinson had 4 dunk competitions.
He won 3 times?
He won 3 dunk
That
contests.
is insane to me, but go ahead.
I did not see that coming when I was going through this. All right, moving on to the next one. So, 1-time dunk contest participant. 1-time champion.
Oh, okay.
So won the only dunk contest he participated in. Career 941 dunks, which was 5% of his total field goal attempts.
Gerald Green.
No. Played for 8 teams.
Oh, man.
Gerald Green.
No.
I'm blanking right now.
Played 24 seasons.
Kobe, right?
Nope.
Ray Allen.
Nope.
Oh, no, 8 teams.
I don't think he won the dunk contest. He just
8 teams, 24 seasons.
Can't believe I guess Ray Allen.
Holy, I guess Kobe.
Guys.
Richard Jefferson?
I thought this was the easiest of all of them.
24 seasons. Why am I... It should be obvious. He's a longevity player.
You may have.
Vince Carter.
There you go.
Holy shit! He only did it once.
Yeah, one time won the one dunk
I don't
contest.
think Jordan played 24 seasons.
I could not believe that he was only in one dunk contest. That's why I picked him, because I thought that was wildly interesting. That the dunk that we all remember, right, is from one dunk contest. Which
I think that's the thing that threw me off, because I was trying to feel like, all right, one-time dunk contest, like.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that only 5% of his field goal attempts were dunks, which. Because people talk about Vince Carter as being one of the best dunkers of all time, but in reality,
I think that's a dunk contest thing.
Yeah. All right, next one. One-time dunk champion, participated in the dunk contest 4 times.
Oh wow,
Blake Griffin.
No, good guess though. 2,950 dunks, which equates to 26% of their field goal attempts.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard is correct.
Yeah,
Chris with the fast one.
And you get
Next
back
at 7 teams, 3-time DPOY, 1-time champ, and Superman was the final.
There you guys currently in Taiwan.
Currently in Taiwan. Well, yeah. I could.
All right, so far we had Vince, we've had
Nate Robinson,
Robinson.
Dwight
Those
Howard.
were like the 3 that I don't know. Well, there's a couple others.
There's a couple more I think are coming. I think now I know who the next 2 are. So we'll see.
3-time participant, 0-time winner.
Aaron Gordon.
No, I screwed up the order on that.
We talked about that already.
Should have mixed that one in. 775 dunks for Aaron Gordon, 14% of his field goal attempts. My next clue was played for 2 teams. The next one was I was going to put robbed in quotes.
He seems like a guy that should be played for like 4 teams by now. If it's only been 2 teams.
It's wild.
Orlando and Denver.
Orlando.
I think I would have got that no matter what. If you said 3-time participant, 0-time winner, I would have. I would have known. It's Gordon.
All right. The final one.
Blake
So
Griffin.
Chris can't win, but Titus, you won your first trivia.
Oh, hey, that's right. We did.
Chris,
I got 3.
Chris is usually the master of the trivias, but 2-time participant, 2-time champion,
Jumped over Kia Optima.
438 dunks, 6% of his field goal attempts.
This is your boy. Taking flight.
Played for 2 teams.
He's taking flight.
Has dunked against Giannis.
Zach Levine.
DeMar DeRozan. Wait,
Zach. As I said, I messed up the order here.
That's all right. No.
Dunked against Giannis, which I did not know in his first dunk contest in 2015.
Okay.
Giannis was in that dunk contest.
Giannis did a dunk contest?
Giannis did do a dunk contest, which was wild. They were really, really bad dunks. So if you're looking for something to hate Giannis for or laugh at him for, go back and watch his only dunk contest attempt.
He was still a little boy at that time, right?
Yeah. Levine's first one was the one against Oladipo. Giannis was in that dunk contest. The one before the Aaron Gordon dunk contest. But super fun. Maybe it wasn't fun for you guys, but I enjoyed doing this. It was fun to go back and kind of look through. Because
I love this. We got
through this. I actually ended up watching these dunk contests for some of these players, and it made me really sad about how far the dunk contest needs to come to get back to anywhere near where it used to be. Because some of these like Dwight Howard's were probably the least exciting of them all.
Yeah.
But like Nate Robinson's dunks were filthy for being as little as he was. Aaron Gordon's, Levine's were stupid. I mean, Levine's first dunk contest, he walked out to Space Jam and put on a Jordan jersey. At 19 years old, and then
threw down some bangers.
Threw down some absolute bangers. So
Levine was good when him and Gordon put on a show a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
you guys should go back and watch it. There's a clip on YouTube. It's like 12 minutes. It cuts out all the crap and just shows the dunks and like the things. But for a while, I kind of like everybody argues that Aaron Gordon was robbed, and after watching it for this last time, I feel like he actually wasn't robbed.
I think he was only robbed 1 time he's lost 3 times, right?
Correct. Yes. He definitely lost the one with Dwayne Wade when Dwayne Wade was the judge and gave him whoever that was against.
Yeah. But he lost. No, but he lost 2 to Zach, right?
He lost 1 to Zach.
I thought he went twice against Zach.
Oladipo lost the first one to Zach, but the one he lost to Zach was when Gordon jumped over the mascot pretty much like sat on, like lifted his legs. But then Zach came back with the
free throw line
from the free throw line, and then did the free throw line again through the legs. So like,
that's a tough one. I don't know about Rob, but it's just like they should have both won it somehow.
They should have. But
that was the best dunk contest ever.
I'm trying to get excited for the dunk contest again because I like.
Good luck with that.
How about the 3-point contest, man? Give me that skills challenge.
Skills challenge.
It's the one thing that Aaron will actually watch with me. The dunk contest is like the only basketball thing throughout the season that I can actually get her to sit down to watch in the past few years that I've convinced her to like, let's sit down and do it. We're going to do it. And then it just fizzles and it's terrible. And I'm like, well, see you in 12 months because you're never going to watch basketball again. Because this is what I'm bringing to you as the best product of the NBA.
Oh, that's tough. All right. Anything else tonight, boys? Good show here, man. It was fun. Like the trivia, like the questions.
I liked it. Next week.
We'll be ready next week. Do it again.
Chris has got something cooking. He's got something in the slow cooker.
Do you want to give us a preview? Can you give us a hint, or is this like a top secret project?
I can't.
Uh-oh.
No, if I say anything, you guys will be like, oh.
Is it a PowerPoint about why the Bulls shouldn't trade Patrick Williams? It is.
It's not a PowerPoint about why they should not. No, it's not.
It absolutely
It's not about why they should not trade Patrick Williams.
It is. You're a bad liar.
Hashtag it is. Well, we'll find out next week.
The title of the PowerPoint is not why the Bulls should not trade Patrick Williams. That's ridiculous. I would never make a PowerPoint.
I would never do that. I would never spend weeks doing that. Next week,
you're a better man than I am because I spent a week making Kobe White as bad. Okay.
Good. All right. Well, that is it for us tonight. Join us next week to talk more NBA basketball. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Join us live Wednesdays around 8:30. Send us an email to theboxoutboys@gmail.com. And as always, like, subscribe, and review wherever you listen to this at now. We very much appreciate that. So for Chris, Joey, Adam, and I'm Titus. Until next time, Box Out.